What I gotta do, let y'all niggas know, I am the nicest ever.
What's good, YouTube? What's going on? Hope everybody's doing well on this Sunday afternoon. I figured I'd just come up and talk a little ish, you know what I'm saying, and see you guys in the chat. Yeah, really. I mean, it is a pop-up live. It was random, a random idea. I didn't think I was. I mean, it just came out of nowhere. I didn't see really anybody that I messed with that was on this afternoon. So I said, let me take the opportunity, maybe go on and have some people come up. We just have open discussion or whatever. I'll post. I think the link is in the chat. If it's not, I'll repost it. But shout out to everybody in the chat. Opulent LD was good. They say I'm acting like you now, running late. It's crazy. My man DP Rocker was good. Salute. Lala D was good. Marky Dan, what is good? Salute. My man Frontline, what is good? Opulent LD TV time. Yep. Hey man, it is what it is. Like I said, it was a pop-up live. Usually I'm good. I'm very punctual, especially when it comes to Friday night. It's usually my boy Sock that's usually the one late. D Free can testify to that, right? So let me just post a link in the chat real quick. And just in case it didn't post, because now I'm on the StreamYard, still trying to finagle that. And yeah, anybody's free to jump on. We'll talk about a lot of things. We can talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. You know what I'm saying? The reason for this, like I said, is because I didn't really see anybody on, and I was like, let me just go on and talk about a few things. I was checking my analytics and stuff like that. I'm doing a little bit better. I'm close to being monetized. Don't know if they'll approve me, but need a few hundred more watch hours. So I was like, let me just put in, another video and see what happens. You know what I'm saying? Another thing, let me see if I could do this real quick. See if I could share my screen. Let's see. Where is this? I see you, D Free. Hold on 1 second. Let's see if that comes through. Yeah. So, R.I.P. What's up, D Free? What's going on? R.I.P. to Chris Mortensen. Just saw this a little while ago. NFL Inside. Yeah, he just 72. I believe it was cancer that got him. Kind of sucks, but I wanted to share that, lead off with that. I think they just posted, just happened maybe like almost an hour ago. They posted it. Award-winning journalist who reported on the NFL for ESPN for more than 3 decades died Sunday morning at the age of 72. His family announced. Yeah, man, he was one of the better insiders. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. What's going on with you, Thomas? I said we on sock time today.
Yeah. But it's a pop-up live, bro. Like I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it wasn't like anything planned and I'm late. It was just, I just picked the wrong time to jump on. I thought I'll be on time. You know what I'm saying? So what's up, Kui? I see you in the building. Salute. But what's going on with you, man? How's your weekend been?
I mean, it was good up until around what was that, like 10 o'clock? No, like 11, almost 11 o'clock. And Amanda Serrano had to cancel her fight.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah,
I've never seen anything like that.
I guess they wanted to continue to do the card for the fans, so they just left it the way it was, because they said they knew 36 hours ago prior to the fight.
Yeah.
So I guess they didn't want the fans to not show up, so they wanted to get a fan still a fight, and they giving the fans the 100% refund back, which is good.
Yeah. I mean, that was a weird situation, and I guess I heard based on what they said, they knew 36 hours ago something got in her eye from when they did her hair or something like that.
Yeah.
So, and then I also heard that they were going to give the guy, you hear me? The girl, her opponent, Mainki,
yeah,
her full purse.
Oh wow!
I believe they're going to give her a full purse. So that was pretty good of them. And then hopefully they could set up that fight later.
Yeah.
What was that front line says? Let's talk Haney and Diddy. We need clarification. They came at the Super Bowl with Rocket D, and that was clarified, but that Diddy pick. Yeah, what's the issue with that?
What's that?
Diddy and Haney?
Oh, it was a picture that Ryan had posted of Haney with Diddy a long time ago by the at a pool party.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know what I heard about it, but I didn't know what they were referring to. But
Oh
yeah, if
no,
that's the
well
case,
actually he didn't post it. He had a T-shirt with Diddy and Haney on it.
oh, okay. Yeah, if that's the case, man. They got a Subril with that rakiti. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I hear from people now talking about that. But that guy's a clown. He's in Puerto Rico. He's like an influencer. What he does is, I think like it's like different videos of him with like different names, right? So like if it's like Dwayne, he's gonna like Dwayne, and then he go he just does something.
Wow.
Yeah. It's pretty. It's supposedly comedy or whatever.
He said Diddy gave Devin the dream.
The dream. Oh, what's good, A1? Welcome to the panel. What is good with you?
Yeah.
You got any pictures? You got any T-shirts with Diddy on them?
A1?
A1, he's in a bad spot.
Yeah, you breaking up A1. A1 got a lot of pictures with Diddy. You know, him and Diddy was tight back in the day.
Let me find out, A1. He's having difficulties. We don't hear you. Hopefully, he's probably in a bad spot. But yeah, and but last night was some good fights. I mean, that main event last night on Top Rank was great. I mean,
yeah.
Raymond Ford, that was what a way to pull out a fight.
Yeah, that man did an old Shockey Foster, got a knockout the last second.
Yeah, that was like 17 seconds left, I believe. That was, man, good for him. And he was down in the scorecards. I had him down 6-5.
So, yeah, a lot of people had him down.
Yeah. Other scorecards, the actual scorecards, salute to you, Canes, Dolphins. Not sure who that is. I'm probably supposed to know who that is, but the judges had, one judge had Raymond up 1 round, I think, and then the other 2 judges had it, I think, 7 rounds to 4, if I'm not mistaken. So he definitely needed the knockout to win the fight. So, what's good, Josh Sanders? What's good, Anthony Bolton? What's good? A1, we still don't hear you. I don't know if you have to go out and come back in, but that was a great fight. Good for Raymond. After the fight, he said he wasn't going to stay though, which is crazy. He said he's going to move up.
Yeah, he said he won Oshaki Foster.
Yeah, he mentioned Shock. Yeah, he mentioned Shock. I think he mentioned somebody else. And then Oshaki on Twitter, I just saw a little while ago. He said
he mentioned Oshaki Foster, and he mentioned Lamont Roach.
That's right. Yeah, because he said they're boys. They're cool with each other. He said that's his boy, but he said something to that effect, that's my boy, but we could get it on too, or something like that. Yeah. Oh, coming from Clarence Channel. All right, thank you, man. Salute to you. Welcome aboard. Yeah, that's right. He mentioned him too, but all I was thinking, watching that fight and then watching Lopez fight, the co-main, is that all these guys at 126 are food for Shushu. That's all I was thinking of, honestly. I don't think any of them guys beat Shushu, to be honest, at 126.
Oh yeah. I'm looking at that too. I was like, yeah, Shushu. I see Shushu beating all of those guys. I mean, Raymond Ford probably give him his best test, but
yeah, I think Raymond would give him a good shot, but Raymond got a box one. He can't. I mean, I think he said that he pretty much struggled to make the weight. That's why he didn't move as much as he usually does. So, I mean, he can't fight like that against Shushu if he fought him at 126. There's no way. I don't think anybody can beat Shushu at 126. I think maybe Espinoza might give him a little bit of problems, because of his height, maybe, but I don't see anybody, But it looks like Robisi's going to fight Espinoza in a rematch later on this year. So, but it'd be interesting to see if Top Rank gives, Shushu a title shot or maybe like a number 1 contender spot, sometime this year.
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah. Frontline says Raymond took it to deep waters and showed out. It was a co-promotion with Top Rank and Matchroom. That goes to show that absolutely that fights can be made. Yep, absolutely. I mean, even though Ford was the B side, But yeah, you could definitely make the fights, and that was a big win, and it was a big win for Matchroom and Eddie Hearn if you think about it, because I believe that's one of his first champions that he had like in the United States.
Yep.
You know, so that was huge.
Devin Haney's not signed to him, so yeah, that is his first champion in the United States.
Yeah.
Hey,
what's up, A1? You still choppy. Are you really in the water? Like are you really rowing a boat right now? Like in that pic?
Look, you can't talk to us and visit Diddy at jail at the same time. The phone ain't gonna work behind the bars.
Oh, absolutely, Anthony Bolton. I think but I think that's gonna take another year at least, because I think in a way he has to move up. I think he wants to clean up his division and he'll move up. But that is a fight I want to see. You know, obviously Shushu's been calling for that fight. So, I told BBO to come aboard, but I don't know what's up with him. He's mad late. You know, BBO's a funny guy. I still got to clip that video what he said about Dwight Howard last night.
Oh my God!
Yeah, you guys. I don't know if you guys.
I missed that.
I don't know guys if you guys seen that or heard. You know, somehow, some way, Dwight Howard broke BBO's heart. Not my words. It's his words.
He said that man was like, man. I said Dwight Howard was at the Amanda Serrano fight, and he was like, man, Dwight Howard broke my heart. What?
He really is. BBO is a good sport. He's a.
They released the tape.
No, we got to clip it. We got to clip it from his live.
I said Dwight released the tape of him and BVO, but y'all can hear me now, right?
Yeah, we hear you.
Hey, D-Free, Diddy sponsored my basketball team, but my dad wasn't having no part of that shit. But I did hear about you was catering food for him, though. You was cooking for him, so I don't know, man. We need answers.
I was cooking until I heard him say, "Hey, A1, take that." I'm like, all right, I'm out. Fuck that. I am
You didn't hear
out.
that.
I cannot do this.
You didn't hear that. You didn't hear that at all. He was telling you to us. He didn't call you D-Free. He said, Dwayne, come over here. I got something to show you. Bad boy, baby.
Oh man, Diddy's a funny guy, man. I know Diddy's from Harlem, but he went to a Catholic high school here in the Bronx. He went to Mount St. Michael.
That explains a lot.
Yeah, Catholic high school in the Bronx. It does explain a lot. So I know he went to Catholic high school in the Bronx, but he's from Harlem. He doesn't really do much for that high school, but it's a big high school it's an all boys high school too. I don't know if I should have added that.
He does a lot for that school.
It was all boys high school. Shout out to Mount St. Michael.
That Diddy goes shopping there like he going to the grocery store. He going there and pick him off a line, little nasty ass, little booty bandit. Hey, but no, I was watching that fight, man. I think that's probably the first time I didn't ever jumped off the couch like from excitement because I wanted him to win. I knew I ain't never even watched none of 4 fights or any of that. I just wanted him to win. Obviously, he looked like me. I would say, be honest. But on top of it, it was like he young, and the way they was fighting, bro. Like he was coming to like that's how you fight to be a champ. That's the only way to put it. Like that's the championship heart at its finest right there, bro. And he went out there and did what he had to do, and I jumped off the couch, bro. Like that's the first time ever I can remember jumping off the couch like for excitement from a fighter or something like that happening.
Yeah, that was. I mean, I was at the edge of my seat with that fight, and his corner did a great job. His corner kept him focused and said, "Yo, you got to be, we need you to go in there. You got to stop him," and he understood that too. Like he understood what he had to do, and I was a little worried in the 12th round because after the 11th round, he didn't have a good round. I thought he got beat up a little bit in the 11th round. I thought the Russian was coming on a bit stronger, and then all of a sudden, like halfway in the 12th round, he just turned it up, and I was like, "Oh man, this guy's hurt." And then the referee, I thought, messed up because I thought that was a knockdown, and then he called it a slip, and I was like, "Oh man, that's messed up," because the knockdown would have helped as far as.
But he was hurt though. You saw
yeah.
Thomas, he was hurt because he was stumbling, like when he called it a slip, I was like, nah, he looks hurt. Like I didn't see what punch hurt him though. I missed it.
Yeah. Well, later on, I mean, he was definitely hurt, and his face, you see his face. Both guys' faces were really bruised. But they said later on, and they did mention during the fight that he came off a knee injury or something, and they said he supposedly fought with a knee injury. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it.
I would watch him fight again.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he came into the fight 12-0 with 11 knockouts. I mean, but this guy showed grit, and he showed a good chin too, because he got hit with some big punches, and he stood with him. I didn't see Ford really hurt the fight, but I did see the Russian hurt multiple times, and he had a good game face. He had a good poker face too.
Yeah, I agree with that. But goddamn, dude, Ford ass, the way that dude turned up, and how he just started, like, he tried to box him a little bit at the beginning. Then you could tell their game plan was to get dude comfortable, and then start just doing what Floyd would do, which is high guard and walk you down.
Yeah.
And I think that caught that Russian dude, because you don't see two southpaws doing that to each other. And so I think that threw him off completely, and he was so uncomfortable fighting off the back foot.
Yeah, big time. That's a good point, because you're right. He definitely looked uncomfortable off the back foot, because he's not used to fighting like that.
That was a hell of a game.
Yeah, I had picked the other guy to win, but I was rooting for Raymond Ford. I didn't know if Raymond Ford was going to be able to pull it out, because I knew that the other guy was a big puncher. I actually picked the other guy to stop Raymond Ford late, but I was rooting for Raymond Ford because I wanted to see him win. I mean, for one, he's from the United States, and for two, he impressed me with his last fight prior to this one. And so I was rooting for him, but I just thought the other guy was just going to be too strong for him. But he pulled it off last second.
Yeah, I mean, good for him. And I wonder what he's going to do next. I wonder if he really does move up. I mean, to 130. It might be a little bit tough for him, but it'll be interesting. I mean, he's a top rank, seems to got those fighters kind of on lock. So I mean, it's easier to make a fight with if he wanted to fight that guy Lopez in the co-main event, if he wants to move up and fight. Well, actually, no, he's in Matchroom, so no, actually, no, I take that back. I take that back, because they would have to, do cross promotion like Frontline said. I mean, not that it can't happen, but it's not as easy as I thought.
That was the talk. That was the talk, because both of those fights was a title fight. Lopez was defending his title, and Raymond Ford and the other guy was fighting for that title. But it was said the winner of this fight is the next fight should be a unification between Lopez and the winner of the Raymond Ford fight.
Yeah. What's good, William Old School? Thanks for coming through. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, him and Oshak would be a great fight. I think Oshak would beat him though.
I think Oshak is just a little is more technical than Raymond Ford is.
I think he's more battle tested too.
Yeah. And I'm assuming if they had that fight, I would probably, I think Oshaki deserves a fight in Houston. I mean, I think they should make a title defense down there. He's from Houston, right? Or
Oshak?
Yeah, he's from South Texas, I think.
Yeah, Houston. Yeah, Houston. What's going on, William? Yeah,
what's good, Marky Dan? Yeah. What's good, Marky Dan? How you doing? Okay, I know he's in the Caribbean. You're on mute.
Oh, no.
There you go. Hold on a second.
Uh-oh.
Hello. Can anybody hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Oh, okay. I thought that was my shit fucking up. How y'all doing, man?
All right. They're gonna be.
Yeah, I heard y'all.
That's probably. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're breaking up a little bit, Marky Dan, and then BVO. Welcome, BVO.
Peace to the gods. Peace to the gods.
What's up, BVO?
BVO. By the way, let me just introduce BVO like he introduces everybody else. BVO legit is by far the funniest man on YouTube. You know how he says D3 is the funniest man on YouTube? No. BVO is by far the funniest man on YouTube. He texted me before I was going to go live, and he said, "You better not do no racist Puerto Rican shit today." But this guy, BVO, is a pot stirrer, and by far the funniest guy on YouTube. So BBO, I'm gonna let you cook for a little bit. Shout out my man Drew Titan. What's good, Drew Titan?
Stop lying. He the pot eater.
What's
Fuck.
going, Drew?
Hey! I got my dog in the car. Stop cussing.
Oh.
But I want to say, man, thank you to Puerto Rican Tommy, man. Salute to my brother, the Puerto Rican Prince himself, D Free. Of course, the biggest hater on YouTube, my man A1, A Sizzle in the house, and of course, Sugar Cane Marky, my brother. How you feeling, man? But I think what we seen last night with Ford was an awesome performance. I mean, I think my man, he's a Puerto Rican himself. My man, Crown Jewel said it best. It was like a buzzer beater for boxing. To see him going there, he wasn't supposed to win. Dominated the guy, stopped in the last moment. Man, that's some real BBO type stuff. Man, I like to see that. You know, we the underdogs.
No, absolutely, man. That was a classic fight we got to see last night. I've been watching Raymond Ford for a while. I had my doubts about the kid because he had two real controversial decisions early in his career. But last night, all that shit don't matter, man. He went in there and he proved it. He went in there and he threw down for that belt. And Kalmatov, all respect to that kid. He's gonna come back and he's gonna be champ someday. That was a great fight. Those are the type of fighters I like. Those guys who go out there and try to win the title, try to take that shit. And if they down, they have that will, that inner resources where they can always go back to the well and pull it out. So great fight. One more thing I want to add. I heard Free talking about what Raymond Ford's gonna do next. They said he's moving up to 130, and Oshaki was basically on his helmet on Twitter.
Yeah.
So I think that fight. I'm hoping that fight happens next. That's a real good fight.
I think it's a bad fight for Ford, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah. He said he had a hard time making the weight for that fight, so he was going to move up. Which I don't mind seeing him with Oshaki. I think he probably would have a better chance fighting Lamont Roach. I think he'll have a better chance fighting Lamont Roach than fighting Oshaki. But if he want to get in with Oshaki and try to take his belt, hey, by all means, make it. It'll be a hell of a fight.
That's a great fight, man. That's two niggas that done proved they can go back to the well.
Yeah.
Hey, Thomas, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you, bro.
Hey, that shit's funny. Opposite. My bad. When he said PBO built like a 90s lunch lady, I'm like,
that's messed up.
wow.
You know, I think Shaquille said it best, man. We don't go back and forth with role players, man. You my guy. I'll admit you my guy, man, but we don't go back and forth with role players, man. Go get me a water. That's what I say.
Let me ask you a question. You think this knee injury that this Russian had, Magadan had anything to do with, how he fought last night?
No. I don't think that. I mean, it could have. I don't know that for a fact, but I don't think it did. He was coming forward. He was hitting forward with those big looping left hands. He was catching him with his right lead all the time. And then something that surprised me, he showed his boxing ability. He was schooling Ford on the back foot. That's when Ford decided he was going to come forward with reckless abandon and just go for it. Mm-hmm. So I don't think the knee injury played really a big part in it.
Well, I mean, for most of the fight, he was on the back foot, though. I think Ford made him fight on the back foot for most of the fight.
No, at the beginning, he was on the front foot. And then when he wanted to press forward, he pressed forward with no issue. I agree with Marky Dan. I didn't really see any kind of limitation because of the knee type situation. When he wanted to press forward, he did it comfortably and with confidence. Anybody that's like, we done seen when what was that, Sergio Martinez, we know he had a peg leg out there. And when he was, like you could tell he was one-legged, you know what I'm saying? Same with, what's his name?
You remember the guy that Cotto fought at, you remember the guy that Cotto fought at Yankee Stadium?
Oh, the Jewish guy.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And they stopped the fight, but they threw the towel out the ring.
Yeah.
He Tommy from the Bronx.
What's up?
That would be cool.
Like you see the same thing with Jose Benavidez Jr. when he was out there one leg. You can tell when somebody got a leg injury and it's something that's still affecting them versus that had surgery and they recovered. Like I honestly think he was good. They just brought it up. It's kind of like one of them type of things that just I was slightly limited because of I had knee surgery, whatever the case may be, in recent times, that type of thing. But I honestly I agree with Marky Dan 100%. And when he wanted to press forward, he did it with comfort and confidence. And then otherwise, he was lighting forward up a little bit while he was on the back foot. So
that's why I asked
I'll tell you. I say one thing. I will say. I think just to throw my 2 cents in, I hope that Chief was watching that fight because it definitely was a good showing on how to go forward and how to be first. Because I think Ford really, I had never really seen him do that, press to action like that.
Mm-hmm.
I hope my brother Tia was watching that, man, because that's what he need to add to his game.
Your brother Tio.
He needed to learn how to cut the ring off. Ford would trail, and then he would cut the ring off at times, and he was throwing shots to put him in a tough situation up against the ropes. Like he was pinning him a lot in the corners, and we all know Tio he'll try to twerk somebody into the corner. He ain't really fighting nobody like that.
It had to get Tio up in here some kind of way.
Yeah, BBO's gonna mention Tio at least once. So good job for finding a way to bring Tio in the conversation. What did you guys think of that guy Alberto Lopez in the co-main?
Oh, he's a killer. I think he's the best fighter at that weight. Matter of fact, now that Obese got beat, I think he'll beat anybody at that weight. Matter of fact.
I don't know
about everybody, but I like him. I think he's a good fighter.
You gotta remember, Brandon Figueroa is still there, man.
Yeah, Brandon Figueroa and
that's true.
Shushu's coming up too.
Yeah, and Brandon Figueroa, he's gonna close the distance on Lopez. But the way how Lopez uses distance and he's so awkward with the shots he threw, that Japanese fighter didn't know what was coming last night, and it didn't matter what he did. Pause, hard pause. Shut up. He didn't know what was coming back at him.
Mark, I just told you,
man, y'all done killed my fucking vibe. Goddamn, man.
I just told you I got kids in the car. You cussing like you outside, man.
He got his daughter in the car.
My bad, bro.
Yeah.
Thomas.
I think
y'all annoy me, bro.
Yeah, Figueroa is a bad matchup for him. I think a good counterpunch is a bad matchup for him too.
Hey Thomas, you know what I was sad about?
That's a perfect. Well, go ahead, Edwin. Yeah.
No, I'll be super quick. I was sad that Amanda Serrano had that injury and she couldn't go, man. I felt bad. I was so excited to see her fight. Like, I watched Jake Paul sleep somebody. I didn't even care, but I was waiting for that Amanda Serrano just because I love her fights, man. They so action-packed and she just get after it. Like, I was excited to see her put on, but I was devastated when I saw that she had the eye injury. I was flipping back and forth between the ESPN Plus card and that, and I flipped back and I saw her in the ring with glasses. I said, damn, she got beat up. Like, that was the first thing I was thinking. And then when they started explaining, I was like, oh, come on, man. But
I was excited for Alicia Bungana because that means now, if I was Alicia, I would be calling her out right now. If I was, because that eye injury is a little more serious than people want to say.
First of all, Alicia will call her out all she wants. Alicia ain't fighting 3-minute rounds. She already said it. She's not fighting 3-minute rounds. And Amanda Serrano ain't taking no fights unless it's 3-minute rounds. So that is out the window.
That's the fight to make, I think, for them at 130 because
I think
Shields is too big.
I think it's an easier fight to make.
Well, I think Serrano. Yeah, I think Serrano might come down on the rounds and the minutes if it's to make a big fight. That's my opinion.
She already said it. She said she didn't already.
She said she's not going back to 2 10-minute rounds. I mean, 10 2-minute rounds.
I know somebody that's close with her that works with her in her camp or whatever. She said she's not fighting no more fights unless it's 3-minute rounds. That's the only fights that she's taking is 3-minute rounds.
I can see her making a boatload of money with the bunk on it though.
But she's making good money now that she's back with Paul. So
I don't understand her logic behind that. I mean, you making more money to fight less.
That means she's ducking Alicia. Wow.
No, she's not.
Alicia ducking Clarissa Shields, and she talk all that smack. Tell her to go out there and get beat up by Clarissa Shields.
Clarissa Shields is too big, man. Her fight, she really won't do that.
Then tell her stop talking to Clarissa Shields.
The whole thing is, we keep talking about Alicia right now. Alicia Bungana is still suspended. She can't even make no fight.
Indefinitely, yeah, she's indefinitely suspended. That's for
She's
sure.
suspended. She cannot make a fight right
I
now.
thought she got cleared. That shit crazy.
If you
She's
go
still
to box
suspended though.
record, you go to
She
box
cleared
record, look at it.
herself.
Yeah, you go to box record, look at it on box record. It said Alicia Bungana. It said the boxing association has suspended her indefinitely, so she doesn't even have a date when she's going to be able to come back. So right now she's still suspended. So until she can get cleared to fight, she can't make a fight with nobody. Ain't nobody ducking her, and she ain't ducking nobody because she can't make a fight.
Damn.
All I'll say, Free, I know what you're saying, but for the people that keep up with Alicia Bungana, man, the best women's champion in the world, for her, Amanda not to fight her, man, would be a duck. They got to fight. They
And the
right there
same
in
way
the
you
same
say
place.
that, same way you say that.
Well,
Clarissa,
this is the thing though. This is the thing. Amanda Serrano is the A side, so Alicia has to take whatever offer that Amanda gives her.
Hold on. How is she the A side? Alicia was undisputed.
So is Amanda Serrano.
It don't
Yeah, and
matter.
Amanda Serrano sold out MSG. What is what's her name done even close to that?
She sold out half the Little Caesars Arena in Detroit.
Amanda Serrano is also undisputed, and she's a multi-division champion. So
she had
Alicia
15,000 at Little Caesars Arena.
Well,
That's a big deal, I thought.
If you think about it, I don't know if you want to count this, but
she had 15.
She technically broke a record last night because
she had 15,000.
Yeah, that was the most. I think a woman headliner has had.
You talking about Serrano? I thought BVO was saying that Baumgartner did 15,000 or whatever Little Caesars.
Yeah, her and Eddie Hearn. It wasn't just her. It was the card in general. They did 15,000 at Little Caesars Arena with Eddie Hearn. Because Eddie Hearn is the best. Eddie Hearn is the best women's promoter in boxing. To be honest with you,
Jake Paul. I put that on Jake Paul.
He only got one fight, man. He only got one fighter, man. I'm talking about a person who make the whole division good.
Yeah, but
when you think about it, women's boxing did not explode until Jake Paul made that Katie Taylor Serrano fight, and that shit would have not happened if it wasn't for Jake Paul, bro.
Marky, could you please stop cussing? And I keep asking, man. I'm gonna have to chop off, bro. Please.
What are you talking about?
You keep cussing.
Earmuffs, like in old school, earmuffs.
Yeah.
Well, shoot, put in some headphones, man. Them kids grown. They're going to figure out that shit anyway.
Hey, come on, Mark, man. Show some respect, bro.
All right, man.
Earmuffs, man.
But salute to y'all, man. I got to get off. My man won't stop cussing, man. Nothing but love to y'all. Love him.
Hey, nah, I'm playing with you, bro.
Earmuffs.
This man, Marky Dad, cuss so much he don't even realize when he be cursing. He be like, "What you talking about?"
Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all a funny story. So me and Free can have a clean show the whole day, and then my man Mark get on. MF that, MF this. He's an F. His mama's an F. I'm like, dude. And then I had a sponsor call me and say, "Hey, my kids were listening. Who is that guy cussing?" I said, "Oh, I'm sorry."
Yo, and that's funny because Main Event Mark, I remember that scene because when he said that's exactly what he said. He's like, "Come on, really?" Oh man, that's right here. Fantastic. From old school. Come on, we'll try not to curse, BVO. We apologize.
Yeah, man, bro.
We about to stop right here.
Yeah, I feel bad now. Wow.
She told Marky, stop.
Oh man.
Hey, that boy was raised in the barn, man. Who raised this guy?
But
I was raised in the cane field, nigga. You know that.
I to be honest with you, there's a lot of things I don't like about Eddie Hearn, but I will give him his props for what he does for women because he does promote women, and so does Jake Paul. There's a lot of stuff I don't like about Jake Paul, but he does promote the women boxing. So I give both of those guys props for what they do for the women's boxing as far as how they promote them. Because outside of those two guys, nobody else is promoting women like those two are.
Yeah,
that's facts.
Don't Bob Arum got what's the girl's name? Who knocked somebody out in like 7 seconds, and I haven't heard about her since she been on Top Rank.
You got me.
Esparza, that girl.
Are you talking about the young girl that fought on Amanda Serrano card last night?
No. She's a top ranked fighter now. She used to be with Golden Boy, I think. Something Esparza. But either way, my point is Bob Arum's not taking care of his women, and Eddie Hearn and Jake Paul, those are the two dudes that I see doing the most for women's boxing.
Yeah, they are.
Estrada.
Estrada.
That's what frontline.
Yeah,
Estrada. Yeah, that's probably it.
Yeah, I mean, you don't really hear too much about Estrada unless she got a fight coming up. You don't hear nothing really about her.
What's that, Marlon? Marlene?
I remember the whole world was going crazy. She knocked out a single mom in like 7 seconds.
Oh, there goes Marlene Esparza. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that it? Marlon Esparza.
Yeah, I think so. And they say she looked like Jennifer Lopez.
Stop.
Yeah, that's
somebody.
That's Estrada.
Hold on.
I don't know. Maybe if I see it, I know. I don't recall that. But yeah, so let's change a little bit of the subject. So we talked about last night's fights and stuff.
My bad, Tommy. Tanesa Estrada. Go ahead, brother. I just needed to get that up. Yeah.
Okay. All right, I gotta look into that.
Yeah, that's Estrada. Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about what recently has happened. I don't know who has Twitter. Obviously, Marky Dan has Twitter because he talked about Shaki's Twitter and stuff. But who has seen the latest post by one of BBO's favorite fighters, Ryan Garcia? Earlier this morning.
I have. I sent it to BBO.
What do you guys?
Free, it's bad.
What do you guys think of that?
I don't follow Ryan on Twitter.
I think that
it's bad.
I think he needs some serious help. I think if his parents or if anybody in his life has concern for him, they would advise him to pull out of the fight and seek serious professional help, because something is wrong with that kid, and it's not a laughing matter no more. He put out some kind of video where he's chasing nobody. He's trying to chase some nobody out of his apartment, and then putting up 666. We told you we're coming for you, Ryan. And then he puts like I guess is captioned for speaking in tongues, blah, 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 and all this other shit. I don't know. I want the kid to get help. That's crazy.
That's what happened when you play with church.
Yeah, that's true too. Basically, it's saying here in the post, March 3rd, Sunday, 2024, we slit RG, Ryan Garcia's throat, and threw him in a basket. Nobody will find him, and all this blah 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 blah. Now 666, and it says we got him, boys. It's just it's kind of dark, and just they could be on TV saying jump.
yeah. I mean,
I'll tell you a real story, man. I had an aunt who was involved in some, like, I don't know if you call it, I think you can call it witchcraft, and she had some real mental issues, man. That stuff ain't nothing to play with, man. If you believe in Christ, cool, but don't play with Christ, man. You'll get jacked up.
Yeah. It's brujeria. That's what you're talking
about.
That's
what I was telling BBO yesterday, because BBO was saying he believed this is just a glitch on Ryan, and he gonna bounce back. But I was saying, no, you got to understand. If you go back and look at Ryan when after he fought Luke Campbell, Ryan been saying he had mental issues, and we all took it as a joke. But it he might very well have mental issues. And he, like I said, after the press conference that they did on was it Tuesday or Thursday? The one
the last one?
LA. Yeah, the one in LA.
Yeah, Thursday.
Thursday. After they did a press conference, I did a video, and I was like, man, we sitting here watching this man have a mental breakdown right in front of us. Yeah. Like, if you look at the different signs that he went through on that stage, that man went from being rowdy to being quiet, to being happy, to being sorry. I'm like, man, this man is having a mental breakdown.
Yeah, and it's not just that post. There's been other posts that are just weird. Like there was one post something about it's curtains for me or something like that. I think that's what it said, Marky Dan. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's something about him saying it's curtains for me. Like it's just very. I mean, weird.
I'm gonna say this, man. I seen one of my favorite players from Coney Island, man. Stephon Marbury was singing take me to the king and all that, man. At the end of the day, man, it's just documented. These younger guys have a hard time staying off social media, man. That's all it really is.
Yeah, but
I mean,
Marbury got
'cause
help, and Marbury left, and he went to China, and he's happy there, and he's good. Like, I mean, this guy Ryan obviously needs help, or is he really trolling? I mean, some people really believe that
No,
he's
and it's obvious he's self-medicating using alcohol or marijuana. Bro,
yeah,
you can't, if you don't have the willpower not to get high and drunk before a big public press conference where you got millions on the line, it's something wrong with dude. And they need to pull him from this fight because I think he's
Yeah,
going to get hurt.
yeah. I'm about to say.
I don't know where Creevy getting this whole catwalk stuff from. That's crazy. Like,
No,
I don't think I don't think Ryan is a homosexual at all. I don't know where that comes from. I highly doubt that.
I'm not gonna doubt anything with nowadays. I'm not doubting anything.
yeah.
But I was gonna say it very well could be he might have got a bad batch and he having some problems with coping with it. He could have a bad batch. That's why he went on that daggone social media and was acting a fool. I mean, stuff like that. When you get a bad batch, you start to go a little crazy.
Hey,
Yeah.
for you old school as hell, must have a bad batch.
Hey,
Niggas used to drink whiskey for a bad.
I mean, you got kids watching. I mean, got kids listening. I don't want to say the actual.
Yeah, I see what you saying. I know what you mean. He definitely got a bad batch. I agree, man. You know,
You think he's trolling? You don't think this
Oh,
is
free. That's low.
You don't think there's some mental illness or
Sit back,
sickness or depression he's going through? You think he's trolling? There are people that do believe he's trolling, though. I mean, or quote unquote promoting the fight, which is crazy.
This ain't promoting the fight. I mean, me personally, if I was somebody that was watching this and say, "Hey, I want to see this fight," and I start seeing all this stuff on, this is not getting me to want to buy this fight. This is making me say, you know what? I don't even want to see this. This dude got problems and he about to go in here and get beat up. I don't want to see that. To me, this is not promoting the fight. This is turning me off from wanting to see the fight because I thought it was going to be a good fight. I was like, okay, if Ryan landed a big punch, he could possibly win this fight. But now that I'm seeing all this stuff that he's going through, I'm like, no, I don't think Ryan has no chance at all winning this fight. He don't have a puncher's chance or none of that. I don't think he has no chance.
Devin is too focused, and he's going to be ready 100%. I think he's training for Barboza right now as well as Ryan. I mean, Ryan, I don't get it. But
if Ryan shows up to that fight on the night,
work. This is a WWE work. Like he's trolling, you know.
And don't forget this though, Tommy, man. God gave David Goliath too, man. So don't forget that, bro.
Yeah,
this might be one of those things, man.
I think you're hoping for that.
Yeah, he gonna need David. He gonna need Moses. He gonna need the 10 disciples. He gonna need all that. That man got issues.
Both in cahoots with, who knows, man? We'll never know, to be honest.
Man, if Ryan make it to the fight, he gonna look like Oliver McCall. I don't even want to see that shit. That shit gonna be so sad.
I said that.
So what happens if he gets in there and he fractures Devin's face? What happens then?
I think we'll be shocked.
Then it will be one of the greatest upsets in boxing history because I think the whole world thinks Ryan has no chance in hell.
Yeah, it's going to be one of the greatest upsets of recent history, and he will get all the credit for it. If he goes in there, he beats Devin. He will get all the credit. I'm not going to doubt he get the credit for it. What I'm saying is, I don't give him no chance of winning this fight after what I'm saying is going on right now.
Right now, he's like a 6 to. I think Haney's like almost a 6-1 favorite.
Yeah.
After they see this,
but I'm just wondering,
about to be a 20-1.
We gotta remember though, Devin is going through Ramadan, so he's not able to drink or eat during sunlight. So I think that might affect him a little bit. Hopefully, it does.
No, that's not going to affect. If anything, I don't buy into that because if anything, you going through Ramadan helps you cut weight. It helps you cut weight because you gotta lose weight in order to make the weight class. Because Devin doesn't walk around at 140. I don't know what he actually walks around, but I know he walks around more than 140 pounds. So he got to lose weight anyway. So him not eating from sun up to sundown, that's not a problem. He just go in there and do what he got to do, work out, and he eat after sundown. So it's from I think it's from 7 to 7. They can't eat. I mean, they can eat from 7 at night to 7 in the morning. They can eat, and from 7 in the morning till 7 at night they can't eat. So he got 12 hours where he can eat, and he got 12 hours where he can't eat.
Yeah. I mean, the one that we should be worried about losing weight also is Ryan. Ryan looked, like a big dude. I don't know how to say this without, you guys saying pause to me, but Ryan looked huge in some of these videos.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what it is? They both are welterweights, man, and they squeezing down to 140, which I think is, I don't understand. That's why I hope they bring back same day weigh-ins. I heard the WO was talking about it. I hope they bring that back because that's really hurting the sport, man. Not having same day weigh-ins, man.
Shout out to my guy Pedro Fernandez, Rig Talk Worldwide. He says he's being Ryan, just an emotional, unsettled guy from Victorville. Devin is focused, but he won't close the show. The difference between a good fighter and a great fighter, according to Ray Leonard, is the willingness to gamble. Be it in the ring or fighting someone people think you can't beat. That doesn't describe Haney or Floyd Mayweather. I like that. Eating is not a problem. You never made weight, my brother. This is from a former fighter as well. So,
actually, I have made
respect
weight.
to him. Respect to him, but the idea that Ryan Garcia, did he say there's nothing, that this is just a plain old Ryan Garcia? That's just not true. And I just saw a video that compared Ryan's speech patterns from 10 months ago to now. It is a stark difference. His voice is much more raspy. You hear him slurring his words and then going off topic about other weird shit. This is not Ryan Garcia of old.
Mark,
This is
you made $40 million, Mark. You made $40 million too, Mark. You made $40 million too, so his life has changed.
No, but that's what I'm saying. This is not the same old Ryan. That's exactly what I'm saying.
I mean, it's weird because he got a big Gatorade deal. I don't know what it is, but you know what? That's why it's very important when you start to hit that kind of success, man, to have a good woman by your side. Because if you don't have somebody to keep you grounded, you'd be out here living crazy, man. Say what you want. Al Heyman did a lot of that for Floyd. That's why Floyd was able to do so well.
Yeah, I don't know what he means by he won't close the show, because I don't even think it's going to be a show for him to close. I think Ryan is not. I really don't believe Ryan is going to make it to this fight. I think it's going to be Aaron Barboza stepping in to make it to that fight.
Aaron Barboza.
But you see, this could be part of, this could be part of his so-called game plan. It could be to make people believe he's not going to, that he's going to pull out, right? It could be the ultimate reverse, right? Like he's making people believe
the art of war,
and he's, behind the scenes, maybe he really is training hard and working out and getting ready for the fight. I mean, I personally don't see it, but
no, all I know is I saw a different Derek James up there when he was talking about Ryan than I seen when he talked about Earl and Jamel and Frank Martin. That man, Derek James, didn't say nothing about Ryan is training hard or none of that. He just said, yeah, these are two good fighters. We're going to have a good fight, and I see y'all on April 20th. And he got off the stage.
He had shit to say.
It was awkward for him. You could tell he felt like in an awkward spot.
No, and I've seen Ryan Garcia doing the mitt work with Derek James the other day, and I was telling BVO, I've never seen like trash mitt work from fighters at this level. I mean, I've never seen that before. It was one punch at a time. He was keeping his left hand low as usual. Derek James was slapping the shit out of him. Ryan Garcia is gonna get his ass kicked, man, if he make it to this fight. I'm sorry, bro. There's just no way.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
I got nothing but love for you, Tommy, man. But I gotta go. My man cussing way too much. I don't want my daughter cussing.
Come on, man.
Peace, man.
Earmuffs.
Hey, get up out of here.
You have to say earmuffs.
Put the baby to bed. God damn it.
Damn, Marky Dad. I didn't know you had a potty mouth like that, bro.
Oh yeah, I do.
Yeah, he do.
Hmm.
But
Let's see, Pedro. Ryan was flaky in the amateurs here in California. He's been weird since day one. And Prozac or Zoloft doesn't allow you to hit an athletic peak.
Oh, you're saying he's on what, the antidepressants?
I think he is too. A lot of people have mentioned that also. So,
I mean, I don't know nothing about that man's personal life. All I know is what I see on TV and what I see in those press conferences. The man don't look stable. Don't look stable at all. I don't know nothing
he
about his
couldn't even
personal.
put a complete sentence together too in the press conference.
Yeah, that's all I know. That man don't look stable at all.
Ryan did say he had 4 fights left, and he's retiring. He wants Tank, T.O., Rolly, and one more. I forgot who he mentioned. I get it. He's setting up his retirement financially before he hangs him up. I mean, if he loses this fight, why would T.O. or Rolly fight him? I mean, I don't know if he gets a fight. I mean, he'll have made enough money. He's made enough money on the Tank fight that he could be pretty much set for life already.
Yeah, good.
I mean, and he's going to make,
I mean, not really. He's going through a divorce right now. They just had a child, so she gonna get some of that money. Whatever
maybe,
properties he got, that bitch gonna make him sell it. Yeah, and now he's
maybe.
messing with OnlyFans models, bro. I think that money would dry up very quickly.
Very
I mean,
possible.
yeah. I mean, it's possible. I don't know what the stipulation of his divorce is. I don't know if she even get enough money because I don't know if they've been married long enough for her to get any money. So it all depends on how long you've been married, if you can get money or not.
I think she got a couple kids for him free.
I mean, she very well. I don't know. Like I said,
How many
I don't know
kids?
about that. But
I thought he just had the
according
one baby.
No, because I remember they were doing like a body shot challenge and she was pregnant. It was a couple years ago. So this got to be number 2.
I mean, it could be a child that she had before she got with him. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know nothing about his personal life. I mean, that's not none of my business. That's his personal life. But according to Oscar, Ryan had made $100 million since he's been fighting. According to Oscar,
you think he's got to go to Maury?
Possibly.
Have a good day, Pedro. Thanks for coming through. Let me see what he says. He says, if she was married before the fight, she gets half of that Davis money. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, probably. But
and
like
she
I
didn't
said,
take a single punch. That's crazy, right, Pedro?
Yeah, I mean, I don't, like I said, I don't know their personal life because it's a whole lot of stuff. We just going off of speculation because we don't know if there was a prenup when he got married to or none of that. So we're all going off of speculation. That's why I say I don't like getting in people's personal business because I don't know nothing about it.
I get it.
Y'all going off of speculation. I don't care if he had 100 kids with anybody that married to 6 different wives. None of that.
Yeah. I guess let's stay kind of on topic. Let's go to the other news that everybody seems to be talking about. I haven't spoken about it much because I don't really care for it, but I know some people do. The sparring that was leaked, or the editing version of the sparring. Does anybody really care or think that it matters, or if there's like a a defining point to it?
Nope. No, it's not. There's nothing really to it. It's just bragging rights. That's all.
Yeah, like I said, only thing I saw in that sparring matchup that was leaked out, it was a minute and 30 seconds worth of the sparring. They said the sparring went on for like 30, 40 minutes or something like that. The only thing I saw was Tank Davis did get out on Devin Haney and AB jumped in there and stopped him. What I didn't see, and that's just from me watching the video. I didn't see Devin looking like he was out on his feet. I saw him get hit with some big shots, but I didn't see nothing that made me say, okay, yeah, he was out on his feet. I didn't see that. So that's the only thing I didn't see. But like I said before when we talked about it, this is from 10 years ago. Both of these guys have gotten much better, and it's a doghouse rules. We're not going to see doghouse rules in a professional fight. It's going to be 3 minutes with a referee, and they're going to go back to their corners, and then they're going to reset and start it all over again. And another thing I seen in that video is I saw Tank Davis throwing about 45 punches. I have never seen Tank Davis throw 45 punches in no round. You can add up about 6 rounds combined, and he still wouldn't have thrown 45 punches. So Tank Davis doesn't fight like that. So that sparring matchup doesn't do anything for me. It just proved some of the stuff that AB said was true. And like I said, I care less about sparring because sparring is sparring.
Yeah, exactly. And I agree with you. 2 things. One is, as you said, in a real boxing match and not a fight, because those doghouse rules is pretty much you're in a fight or in a sparring fight with, I believe, 16-ounce gloves or whatever. You're right. It's not a boxing match where at 3-minute rounds, you got a referee, you're not just in there just throwing, haymakers and you're trying to grind. You get a break. You get to go to your corner. You get to move around the ring. You get to box. Those doghouse rule sparrings. And we spoke briefly about this on Friday with Ishe Smith, because Ishe Smith was, obviously with TMT and he's seen it in person. Those are just bad for fighters. And he confirmed that fighters have pretty much lost their careers or got damaged because of those sessions. You can't really, take that sparring or any of those doghouse rules into effect of what will happen in a real fight. There's no way. You know what I'm saying? So, and I forgot my second, though. There was a second point to this, and I totally forgot it. It was an obvious one, too. But yeah, something that happened 9 years ago is not going to matter if they got into the ring now. And my second point, I got it. My second point was if everybody's making it as Tank beat up Haney in this session, then why not Tank make the fight when he's clearly the A side and he can make that happen?
Exactly.
And do it in the ring and do it in on pay-per-view in front of a big audience, not just, the 20-some people in the gym, and make it happen for us to see and show us that what happened 9 years ago, you can do that in a ring, in front of a large audience, a big crowd, a big venue on pay-per-view. Right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
And that's the problem, Tommy. A lot of, at least from what I've seen, a lot of the Tank fans, they're cool with the bragging rights. Well, no, I ain't even gonna go. I'm not even gonna go and say what I was about to say. I was gonna say that they don't want to see the Devin fight, but from what I've seen, they just seem to be cool with that shit and having that shit to lord over Devin Haney. So I don't know. I don't believe Tank is gonna move up to 140 next. I'm hoping they can make that fight for 2025. The sparring footage, I'm actually happy Ryan put it out though, because I just think it makes the fight that much bigger. I think it adds intrigue to it. It has people talking, but I don't know, man. I'm just so sick and tired of we always talk about the shit that happens outside of the actual big fights, outside of the actual ring. That's why I was so refreshed by what happened with Raymond Ford. We got to see a real fucking fight, not just some bullshit talking about A side, B sides, or this dude's not fighting that dude, or Ryan Garcia's crackheadedness. We got to see a real fight, man. So, but yeah, that's my 2 cents on everything, even the sparring.
Yeah, like I said, that sparring footage, it didn't change how I felt about the fight if those two guys get in the ring. Not one bit. I still feel the same way that I felt before. I said it's a 50-50 fight. I said Tank Davis, if he touched Devin Haney, he could possibly stop him. I said Devin Haney, if he's on his A game, he could possibly outbox Tank Davis for 36 minutes. So it hasn't changed me one bit. I still feel the same way. It's a 50-50 fight. Either one of these guys can win that fight.
yeah, no, I 1,000% agree with you guys. I totally agree. The one thing I will say, what they're trying to make it out, and mind you, who knows how long it took for Tank to actually hurt Devin or whatever is, and what I want to say is that the reason why I say took so long, took whatever long it may have taken, is that they supposedly spar with 16-ounce gloves, which makes it less powerful, I guess, on the punches. So
yeah.
And Ishake was kind of pointed, kind of hinted to that Tank was hurting guys with 16-ounce gloves that were bigger than him at 150 and up, which was very impressive. But in the sparring match, who knows when he got the best of Haney in that particular minute or that particular session that they showed on that clip. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I don't take into effect one punch will knock Haney out. I mean, we haven't seen that. We seen Haney get rocked, but he didn't go down. You know, so
Mm.
I mean, these sparring sessions to me they mean absolutely nothing. And the more and more, and it's not just the TMT and these doghouse rules. More and more, we hear people talking about sparring sessions and leaking videos of what happened, and it's just bad for boxing. You know, this is
Yeah.
supposed to be private. You know, this is you're supposed to be working on something in the gym, and you know, Ofacio was telling us on Friday too, like, you know, he could go into sparring and his coaches is telling you all you're gonna do is throw your jab, throw no other punches. And the other guy you're sparring has no idea, and he's over there trying to kill you. And all you are
Right.
allowed to do is just throw a jab, like because that's what you're working on. So I mean, these sparring sessions mean absolutely nothing when it comes to a real fight.
And like I said, like we said on Friday night, um, with these leaking out these footage, it hurts you as a fighter that's leaking this stuff out, because now you got potential opponents that you can possibly spar with. They're like, man, I'm not getting it, because if he get the best of me, he gonna leak that out and they're gonna try to give me a bad name. I'm not sparring with him. No, I'll go spar with somebody else. I'm not
Yeah,
sparring with him.
that's
So
another good point.
and Ishay said that. He said, "Man, back in the day, and I witnessed it, because I followed boxing from the early '80s up until now. Back in the days, you didn't see none of that. It wasn't talked about. It was something that you kept a secret. It was between you and that fighter and y'all camp. Y'all kept that a secret. Nowadays, everybody want to get praise of what they did in sparring instead of actually getting in a fight and fighting. They
So
want to
D
get
free, you
praise
know
of
the
what they did in sparring.
D free. The flip side of what you just said. I'm gonna chime in quick, and then I gotta hop. I'm gonna eat lunch with the wife. A lot of people might look at it as an opportunity to make a name for themselves in sparring, since that people want to be this leaking era. Now it's like, okay, I got opportunity to go in here and beat up one of these marquee names, and either I'm gonna have the footage or they're gonna have the footage, and it may or may not get leaked, but it's gonna show me getting the better of that person, though. That's the flip
Yeah,
side to it, but
yeah.
I
I mean,
get what
and
you're
that
saying,
makes
though.
that makes sense, but it's supposed to be in good faith one of these sparring sessions because
Oh yeah, sparring
I'll give
supposed
you
to
an
be
example. Yeah,
behind closed doors.
I'll give you an example. Ofacio has been in the ring and sparred with Hitchens, and he just wanted to be known. Like, you know, I was in there with a guy like Hitchens, and Hitchens was in a guy, you know, like me. And not to say I got the best, you know, of this guy or this guy got the best of me, but like, hey, this guy gave me some good work, and that's all that should be said about the sparring. And then you got that respect. And they were like, oh, wow, this guy, he worked with this guy, he worked with that guy, sparred this and that guy. And all they said is like, wow, he gave us some good work. You don't have to reveal like who got the best of who, you know, because at the end of the day, it's practice, right? It's sparring is practice, and you know, you're working on things, right? So
Yeah.
I think that's where people can acknowledge that and let it out. Like, yeah, I was, you know, I sparred with this guy. When we had Pete Dobson said he was known for being, you know, to do good work in the gym. That was one of the quotes he said. Like, and I think I posted that in the short. Like, you know who's good by what you do in the gym, because he's been in the ring sparring with all sorts of different fighters, and they have that respect, you know. But nobody's going around and showing a tape like, oh, look, I got the best of Crawford, and throw it out there. It's like the back in the day when supposedly Spadafora got the best of Floyd, right? I don't think there was a tape out. I'd never seen it, but everybody said he got the best of him. But what's the point of that if they're not going to get in the ring and fight when it really counts? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's my whole thing. That's why I say it's sparring. I don't get hyped over sparring, because I know what sparring is. It's just like you said. It's one person working on something when another person is trying to prove itself. Like, you
Mm-hmm.
got a guy that's getting ready for a fight, so he's working on something, and he got all these guys coming in and sparring with him. These guys are coming in there to prove themselves, because some of those fighters are unknown. Some of those fighters are upcoming prospects, so they're trying to prove themselves. But this one guy who's got a fight coming up, he's working on something. So yeah, you might get the best of him because he's only working on a situation in a fight. But these other guys don't have nothing that they're working on. They trying to prove themselves and make a name for themselves. So that's why I don't take a lot into sparring, because sparring is just that. It's
Yeah.
sparring. It's practice. You're not you. I never heard none of these bench players talk about how they got out on Michael Jordan and now they the best player on the team. I ain't never heard that.
Yeah.
So I mean, it is what it is. It's practice. We heard Allen Iverson favorite quote. You gonna get on me about practice? Nigga, it's practice.
It's practice, man. We're not even talking about the game.
Right. So that's why I'm like, yeah, I don't trip off of the sparring match. A lot of people making a big deal about it because it's proving their point one way or another. Me personally, I was never hyped about when they was talking about. I'm like, it's sparring. When I first heard about it, I'm like, it's sparring. Yeah, somebody's gonna get the best of somebody. It's sparring. It happens.
Yeah.
Some people come in there and they had a bad day this day, and
Yep.
he got in there and sparred with somebody. He got out on him because he had a bad day. But it's sparring. It doesn't count.
Excellent point. Excellent points. Because it's sparring, and you can have a bad day, and you're allowed to have a bad day. It's not the actual fight. So what do you mean? I don't understand. How do you manage your wrenches, Thomas? I pretty much give everybody a wrench. I don't care. Nobody's really coming here and trolled unless I miss something. So all trolls are welcome too, by the way. You want to troll, come in and troll. I have no problem with that.
But just don't be upset when you get blasted.
Yeah, I don't it doesn't bother me. We're here to talk, and I respect everybody's opinion. I'm here to learn. You know what I'm saying? I don't know everything. I know some things. I know stuff historically. I'm good with historical stuff, but I may not, articulate as well as others, but I try my best.
Yeah.
So, and then I bring others on who can articulate better than me, and they make me look good. Except when except when BBO comes on and starts crying about people cussing. You know what I'm saying? Earmuffs. That was hysterical. I felt bad because one time he called me on the phone and I started cursing. I don't know what I was cursing about, and I was probably joking or whatever. And he's like, "Yo, Tommy, I got my daughter in the car." I said, "Oh, my bad," but
So, he can't wait to catch out. He
has a wrench, but if maybe that one time I'll let you get him.
But yeah, what else you got on this boxing?
I wanted to really talk about last night. Last night was I thought the Top Rank card was solid. I was pretty upset about the Brian Norman Jr. fight. I wanted to see more of him. He got cracked in the first round, and lucky it was the end of the round because I really thought he was hurt. And it was the end of the round. He got up, and then the bell rang. But that dude with the elbow. Did you see that elbow he threw?
Yeah, I saw that elbow. I saw that.
That was filthy because it wasn't accidental because he turned it. I don't know if you noticed, he turned his elbow. You got to watch the replay. It's not like he missed the punch and he hit him with the elbow. He turned the elbow like he was trying to really hit him with the elbow. It's like almost something that was taught. And more and more people are bringing it up. I saw a tweet by Hitchens. Richardson Hitchens made a tweet about it. It's like it looks like something to the effect that I'm gonna have to learn how to throw these elbows too. But he didn't say it in those words. Like he was referring to that. And I was just like, wow, man, we've been seeing that.
I'm very disappointed in Brian Norman Jr. because I heard a lot of great things about him, and every time I seen him fight, I've been disappointed in the output. And he's another one that was out here talking about how he got out on Tank Davis in sparring, and then we see him in real fights, and I don't see nothing special from him. I really believe he's going to end up being one of these guys that's a run-of-the-mill fighters. I don't see nothing special from Brian Norman Jr. He gets hit by these guys who's supposed to be a lesser caliber of a fighter than himself. And I'm sitting here looking, I'm like, okay, if you're supposed to be this good fighter that I be hearing so many people talk about, I'm not seeing it translate in the ring. I'm not seeing it. He might be one of these guys that's just great in sparring, but when it comes to the real fight, he just can't produce in the real fight.
Yeah, I get it. I totally agree. Shout out to you, Seattle Rick. Thanks for coming through. Go Hawks. I had to throw that in there, right? Go Hawks. But even his last fight with the coach was like, I don't know what to tell you. I thought that was the most awkward thing I ever heard in a corner. I don't know what else to tell you. He said, like, yo, you're the trainer. You're supposed to know what to tell him.
Right. I'm like, okay, what you telling me? You don't know what to tell me, but what you telling me is you don't need to be my trainer no more. That's what you're telling me.
Yeah, I might have to. The front line. I might have to give you a super wrench. I'm gonna see when the next time, maybe this Friday, we catch him. We'll catch Mr. Johnson. he might be watching. No, I don't think he's watching. He'll usually say something he's watching, but he has a wrench. But I'll give you a super wrench just to bop him. He's gotten me multiple times because there's other channels that I go to that I don't even have a wrench, and he be getting me, especially if I talk about the 49ers or something. He gets me. So I don't mind you getting him. So I'll definitely set that up. I'll be like, he's gonna hook you up too. So definitely, yeah, it's always fun to get him.
Yeah, but yeah, like I said, I don't see nothing special about Brian Norman Jr. I had a lot of high hopes for him because I heard so much good things about him. But like I said, every time I seen him fight, I wasn't impressed by what I saw. It's just like, okay, he's okay, but I don't see nothing. His defense is he got a lot of holes in his defense. He carry his left hand way too low, and he get hit with too many big shots. And I knew it was going to be a matter of time before he gets dropped. I knew it was going to be a matter of time. And they said that was the first time he's ever been dropped in a fight or in the amateurs.
In the amateurs, yeah.
So I knew it was a matter of time he was going to end up getting dropped because he carried his hand too low. And you can't do that. You could do that with the lesser competition, but as you step up your competition, the fighters get better and better. And so it's just a matter of time before you get in there with somebody that was going to be able to drop. And the dude that he was in there with wasn't no world beater. He wasn't no world beater, and he caught him with a nice straight right as he was walking in. Yeah. And I was like, oh wow, he didn't even see that coming. He walked right into that one.
And he was hurt. He was if it was in the middle of the round, he might have been in trouble. I mean, he was definitely hurt. And that gave the other guy, Soka Chica, whatever his name, Boca Chico, whatever his name was. And he he might have finished him. But those cuts, they both got cut, but that elbow, I thought that elbow was dirty as hell.
I mean, you could call his name like Marky Dan did last night. He called him Ocho Cinco.
He did, yeah, he did say Ocho Cinco. Marky Dan, he's a character. He might be one of the funniest guys on YouTube. But Marky Dan's a hater. And I could probably say that with him not here, but he knows what I'm saying. Marky Dan is one of the bigger haters on YouTube, by the way. Don't think I don't know. I don't notice. He be hating. So one last guy last night that I was very impressed with. I want to see him up the competition and fight somebody that moves a little bit more. But he looked phenomenal. It was Isley, the Transformer. Troy Isley, he looked really good last night.
Oh, yeah. Now, that fight that I saw last night, I saw a lot of improvement with him.
Yes.
And I don't know if this is the first time I seen him working with Bomac as a trainer or Bomac been his trainer before. I can't remember because this is the first time I remember seeing Bomac there. I don't remember seeing Bomac in his corner before. But I saw a lot of improvement from the previous fights that he had to now. Like he was moving his feet good. His defense was good, and he was changing levels. And finally, he got a knockout. He was on a dry streak because that's all I heard. They were like, "Hey, man, this man can punch," but I never seen him knock nobody out. And I was like, "Okay, finally, I got a chance to see him knock somebody out."
Yeah,
he caught him with a clean shot. Right at almost similar to the Brian Norman Jr. shot. Dude was stepping in and he caught him with a straight right. And he went down and that was it. Dude was not getting back up. The ref was like, no, I didn't see enough. It's over.
Yeah, that guy was kind of tailor-made for him, but he showed a lot of things in the two bag in that fight. And I believe this might be the first time he's working with Bomac. You know, Bomac was there clowning with Tim Bradley, but I don't think Bomac was the head trainer for this fight. That's one thing. It was the other guy was the head trainer. He was the co-trainer, but he referenced that they work as a team. But I like this kid. I've seen him for a while. He's pretty good. I just want to see him fight somebody that's not as stiff as the guy he fought last night. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only thing I would say. But and then
I still think he's a little too small to be at 160. He's small.
Yeah.
I mean, right now there's not a lot of talent at 160, so he probably okay right now because
Yeah.
the only person that's at 160, I mean, if you want to stay Jamal, because he's still there, he's still the champion there.
Yeah.
But outside of Jamal is what Janabek. That's the only other.
Janibek, Adames.
Oh yeah, Carlos
Adames.
Adonis.
I think he could beat Adames. I think that'll be a good fight because Adames is going to go in there and try to take your head off too.
I think Carlos Adonis. I mean, and like I said, unless he improve, and that wasn't just a one fight deal, unless he improve,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
Carlos Adonis might end up catching him with something big.
yeah. I mean, I think him with Bomac's team is gonna help him even more. And there were signs there. He showed me some stuff. The defense got to tighten up a little bit. But yeah, I want to see him fight somebody that's not gonna just stand in front of him, because that's pretty much what this guy did. And let him showcase, his skills. The guy was throwing punches back, but he was there to get hit pretty much the whole night.
Yeah.
So MVP promotions are picking up boxes off Craigslist and offer up, except for yesterday they picked dude up from the dispensary. Do we dare talk about that guy that Jake Paul fought for the burger?
Yeah, I mean he's a professional fighter. I mean, he was another showcase fight for Jake Paul, because I heard people talk. I seen him fight before, but then I didn't remember what he looked like. When I saw him come in the ring, I was like, Jake Paul about to stop this dude. He about to stop this dude. I had no doubt in my mind that Jake Paul was going to stop him. I didn't know what round was going to happen, but I knew he was going to stop him. I said, there's no doubt in my mind he's going to stop this dude.
I mean, Jake Paul looks good. He looked better last night, and he looked better in the other fight. But, you're going to look good when you're fighting guys that are there to make you look good, So, but I would like to see him fight somebody competitive. He's calling for these fights, and this dude, he has the money to pay whoever. If I was Jake Paul, and if he really wanted to do this seriously, and he wanted us to take him seriously, why not offer somebody that's in the top 10 in one of these sanctioning rankings, whatever, offer them a big fight, a payday that they probably not going to see in the next year or two, and fight one of those guys.
Yeah,
I just don't know what weight he's going to fight at, because he fights at so many different weights.
Yeah, I think he's trying to make his name at cruiserweight, but I got Ja stopping Jake Paul badly
by murder.
Yeah, I don't see Jake Paul making it past 2 rounds against Ja. Ja going to stop that man badly. I mean, because it ain't a lot of names at cruiserweight, so you can call out one of those top 10 fighters at cruiserweight and probably might luck up and get a win, because it ain't. I mean, I don't even know too many people outside of Ja at cruiserweight.
Mm-hmm.
That tells you how much respect cruiserweight got.
I think he should fight at light heavyweight. I think it's more beatable guys at light heavyweight besides Bivol and Beterbiev. I think there's other guys there. Salute to my man Supreme Cadillac Red, Supreme Beast Boxing Talk. Salute to you, bro. Thanks for coming through.
Cadillac Red.
Thomas Hill, thanks for coming through, bro. We got another Thomas on the panel.
Yeah. Thomas and Thomas.
What's good with you guys?
What's going on, bro?
Thomas?
Man, I'm just sitting here listening to you guys cook, man. I heard my man say your boy fighting Jay Opataya, and that's murder.
That's murder. That's murder.
You get arrested after that fight.
Yeah, I mean that dude is vicious, bro. And he ain't playing around. Like he don't feel pity for nobody. He hopping the ring with.
Maybe that's not why. Maybe that's why he don't want to fight nobody in the top 10, because he ain't trying to be on the radar.
Yo, I don't know who he fighting. That dude I never seen before.
That guy,
he fought on PBC before.
Yeah, a while ago. But he had, he's got he has a winning record, but only 6 knockouts. So he wasn't going to hit or hurt anybody. So, it was an excellent, matchmaking, right? He picked the bum to fight to look good, But what he's got to do is fight somebody relevant in one of those weight classes and offer them a big payday, and they'll take it.
I can tell you right now, even at their weight right now, Jake Paul can come in as a cruiserweight, and David Morrell can come in at 168. Jake Paul ain't beat David Morrell
at
It
all.
ain't happening.
It'll embarrass him.
Yeah, it
It'll
ain't
embarrass
happening.
him. What's
Yeah.
good, Joy? Thanks for coming through, Joy. Well, man, AB. What's good, AB? Salute to
What's going
you.
on, AB?
Frontline says like 68. Morrell sweeps all of them. I agree. I think Morrell. I just don't know if he beats Benavidez now, but I think eventually he does beat Benavidez. Like the
I mean,
later it
well,
goes on, the big,
well, we know he ain't fighting David Benavidez now because he moved up to
No.
75. So, but I prior to that, I still had David Morrell over everybody at 168.
Yeah.
I don't see nobody beating him at 168. And like even David Benavidez, yeah, I know a lot of people say, well, David Benavidez, he's seasoned, he throw a lot of punches, but yeah, I also seen David Benavidez get outboxed by Caleb Plant. And David Morrell is way better than Caleb Plant.
Oh,
Way better. I got him stopping Caleb Plant in the first 5 rounds.
yeah, with
Better.
power too.
I seen him line up with Kyron Davis, man. I swear to God, if Kyron Davis had a little bit more time and a little bit more pounds, he could have done something in that fight because he was teeing off the Benavidez.
Yeah.
So you can't let Morrell hit you like Kyron Davis.
Well, there's a couple of reports. The two things came out. They saying something came out where one that Canelo's going back to the PBC and they'd have 2 fights lined up, Munguia and Benavidez. And then the other thing I saw was that Benavidez might go up to light heavyweight to fight the Ukrainian guy that kind of retired. He's got 1 loss. He's like 36 years old. Oleg something, one of those Ukrainian Russian names. He fought Beterbiev. Beterbiev stopped him, and that was his only loss. And they're talking about Benavidez going up to fight him.
Yeah, I heard that David Benavidez is in camp now getting ready for that fight. Because he said
that's not an easy fight. I mean, that guy can punch. He's got pop. He's only lost 1, but the thing is, he's 36 years old, and I think he retired. He hasn't fought in a while, but that's not an easy fight going up and fighting somebody like that.
Yeah, I tell you what, if David Benavidez go up there and he get beat up or he gets stopped by that dude, Canelo gonna be like, all right, I'll fight David Benavidez now. Y'all keep telling me y'all want me to fight him. I'll fight him now.
Yeah, it's like Alexander Givotic, whatever. He last fought. Oh, he fought in September. He fought September, and he won by knockout. So he's been active in 2023. He was off for like 4 years. After the Beterbiev fight, he retired, and he came in 2019, and then he came back in 2023. He fought 3 times last year. So he's been active. So that's kind of a dangerous fight for Benavidez to take. But I get it. If he doesn't get the Canelo fight, he's trying to move up. Yep. K-Rod, you're right. That's it. I like I can't pronounce his name, Gavadik or whatever, but he's Ukrainian.
Yeah, that dude is a good fighter.
He fought Beterbiev, and Beterbiev retired him for a few years, pretty much, and that's his only loss.
Yeah.
And I
don't know about his inactivity before, but from what I saw, he was training with Teddy Atlas, and man, he was putting them hands on Beterbiev when he was in there. So I wouldn't mind seeing that Benavidez fight if it led to the winner of Beterbiev versus Bivol, but only if it leads to that bigger fight. I don't really care, to be honest.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. That's only if it leads up to that, and it won't be easy. I think that'll be a tough fight for Benavidez. Seattle Rick says David has moved up to 175 for now in Florida in camp. David creating his own path. Team Benavidez, Seattle, baby. That's right. He knows Benavidez. He trains in Seattle. That's right.
Yeah, that's what I say. I know he was in camp now getting ready for that fight at 175. But I mean, like I said, if David Benavidez, he goes in there and he get beat up or he end up getting stopped by that dude, Canelo Alvarez is gonna say, okay, I'll fight him now. Y'all keep pressing me, I'll fight him now.
Man, if he gets stopped by that dude, I hope he fight Morrell.
Well, Jose Diaz says Morrell, he believes, is going up to 175 also.
Yeah,
I mean, I could see him going up to 175 because David Morrell, he's a big 168.
Yeah,
he's big for 168.
I remember that he said no matter where Benavidez goes, he's going with him. He said, like, my next aim is to fight this. I don't think people realize, like, yo, he calling him all kind of names, saying he didn't want smoke, pussy, This the I hate to
You
use
take the,
it.
if you walk through my neighborhood, I take the shoes off your feet. It's crazy shit.
So yeah, I mean he is dead bent on
I
fighting this kid.
and see, it's not a hard fight to make if David Benavidez say, "Yeah, I want to fight Morrell," because they got the same manager. They both managed by
Yeah.
Sampson, so it's not a hard fight to make.
No,
All
it's.
they got,
I think
David
it
Benavidez
all
is going to
falls
be the
on. Sorry.
he going to be the. No, I was going to say David Benavidez is going to be the A side, so that's not the question. The question is, are you going to take the fight?
Yeah,
He
and
wants
that's
the
what I was
fight.
going
Are
to
you
say.
going to take it?
Yeah, it all falls on Benavidez if he wants to take the fight or not.
Angel will be the first person to talk to, especially with that consideration. With them being managed by the same guy, that's an easy fight to make.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're on the
And
same platform, managed by the same guy.
Yeah.
The fighting not happening.
And I'm gonna tell you like this: if David Benavidez beat Morrell, if nobody was giving David Benavidez respect before, they're going to give him respect after beating David Morrell. Because the people that been watching boxing and know who David Morrell is, they know David Morrell is not a joke. And if David Benavidez go in there and beat David Morrell and he beat him bad, they're gonna be like, yeah, David Benavidez is the one to beat.
Yeah.
Yeah, he especially given with the Latin community, he definitely assumes the face.
Hmm.
He assumes the face. There's nobody that they're gonna push over him. Because Canelo sure don't seem like he want to part.
Yeah.
I mean, in that wing, you don't want no parts of Benavidez.
I don't think. I think Seattle Rick has a point here, and I think he's right because I honestly don't think Benavidez is scared to fight Morrell. I just think Benavidez is in a bad spot, as like he's the number one guy in 168, looking to fight for the title and fight what people think is the number one guy in Canelo, and he's not getting a Canelo fight, and he's in a bad spot where fighting Morrell, what does it do for Benavidez's career?
Exactly.
At this time. So I think he's in an awkward spot. I don't think he's ducking Morrell, that he's scared of Morrell. I think he's just in a bad spot that he wants the Canelo fight and he wants to fight for undisputed or for a world title at 168.
I'm gonna tell you what it could do for him if he gets in there with Morrell. Now I understand it's a high risk with a low reward, but if he gets in there with Morrell and he beats David Morrell, he's now the WBA quote unquote regular champion.
Mhm.
What that means is he can go to the WBA and petition to fight Canelo Alvarez for that WBA super belt.
Yeah,
That's true.
Hey, salute to y'all. Salute
But
to
then
the chat.
people will criticize him for beating Morrell and say that Morrell was not ready for that fight. Like, I mean, I already see things like writing on the wall. I mean, we won't, but there'll be people that will.
For all the way how we talk about David Benavidez, I'm talking about the hardcore, David Morrell. I'm talking about the hardcore fans. We would absolutely give him his credit. Now, only the casuals who look at Morrell's record, who haven't really seen him fight, they're not going to really care about it. They're just going to say, okay, that's another blip on the radar for David Benavidez.
Yeah, I mean, like, and like I said, the ones who's in these chats on a regular basis, if they try to shit on David Benavidez, if I was David Benavidez's team, I was like, no, there's an end goal to this.
Mhm.
I fought David Morrell so I can get that goddamn championship, and now I'm petitioning the WBA to give me that Canelo fight because we know the WBC is going to do whatever they want to do for Canelo, but the WBA, that's a different story. They don't show Canelo favoritism like that. Now the WBC do.
Frontline
Hey,
got a
Thomas.
point here. They could do like what they did back in the day with the Super Six. They got 6 guys that they could put in a little tournament, a little like they did with the Super Six back in the day when they had Andre Ward and
yeah. But the thing with the Super Six is you have to have the promotional company to agree to it. If those guys are on different promotional companies, you have to get those promotional companies to agree to it. That's the like when Andre Ward and them did it, they was all under the same promotional banner. And if there was somebody on a different promotional banner, they agreed to it. So that's the only problem with it. When you have different promotional companies, you have to get all of the promotional companies to agree to it.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. I mean, but this is something that they could do. They got at least 6 quality fighters that can beat anybody. I think anybody could have a good night against anyone there. And like you said, you got Berlanga, Morel, Benavidez, Canelo, Munguia. Who would be the sixth guy? I'm missing somebody. You could throw Charlo in there too, if he was just serious. You got guys there that would be a good tournament at 168. But
yeah. Well, we already know Canelo ain't going to agree to it. We know he's not going to agree to it. He will have to be the end goal. Once this Super 6 is over with, they are getting a mandatory shot with Canelo. He will have to be the end goal because he's not going to agree to it.
Yeah, he'll probably retire the jerk. And what's funny is that I like Canelo. I just don't like his moves. Like the last 3 fights, like they're not put. I honestly think Canelo beats Benavidez. I think the only person Canelo will have problems with is Morel. I think Morel will be a problem for Canelo. But I think Canelo beats Berlanga, even though I would be rooting hard for Berlanga. He beats Benavidez, I think. He beats Munguia. I mean, I don't see anybody really beating Canelo right now, in my opinion. But we'll never know because we're never probably going to see the fight. So,
yeah.
I'm probably going to end this at close to 7 because Drew is going to come on and, I'm going to go over there and watch Drew. But I'm just going to, I just want to I'll give everybody some closing thoughts and stuff and then we'll move on. But I appreciate everybody coming on. Good open discussion, good boxing talk. This is what I wanted to do. We didn't get to no baseball talk or anything like that. I'll probably do some baseball talk later this week. I got a baseball draft next week. In this show, I try to talk all sports, but primarily we do boxing, right? But I appreciate everybody coming on. We had some good fights last night. We had good talk, no arguments, whatever. Only crybaby had was BBO because people were cursing like Marky Dan. But, it was a good show today for a random pop-up live that we had no topic. We just threw it out there and I appreciate everybody coming up, giving their opinion. The people in the chat, you guys have been great. And that's all I want to say is thank you to everybody. So you guys have your closing words, and we'll go over to Drew. If y'all mess with Drew. If y'all don't mess with Drew, then that's your problem. But
hey, I appreciate you having me up here, Thomas. It's always great boxing talk, great sports talk over here. That's why I love joining you live. I appreciate everybody that came through. Make sure y'all smash my man's like button and share the video. And I'll catch you on the next one.
You got it, bro. Thomas Hill, thank you. First time you up here, man. I appreciate you coming through. You got to come through more often. We need more Thomases in this world. We got me. I got my son here, Tom. We need more Thomases in this world, man.
Well, sure. We make sure we get his last words too. Let him say. I'm just saying, always a pleasure to be up here on the panel. I appreciate you, Kurt. Hospitality, always good boxing talk whenever we do link up and talk. And like you said, it was a great day of boxing yesterday. You know what I'm saying? And we just look forward to the fights being made and like people being held to regard and responsibility, especially within like the banners that put on the fights and the banners that sanction the belts. I think they need to be held to a higher regard to make these fights happen, make these fights possible. And if they don't want to fight, do something to make sure that the fights can be made for the belts. I know that's taking a big hit with them because, like you said, getting 3% of Canelo money is better than getting 20% of anybody else's money.
That's
but
true.
Still, no, you got to uphold the standard because you're sanctioning a champion. A champion must defend the belt against the talent that is deserving.
Turn it off.
But anyway, man, everybody have a great day, man. Salute to my guy Marky Dan. Salute to you, Thomas, and salute to the chat. Everybody stay up, be healthy, and be blessed.
I appreciate you, bro.
Peace, Thomas.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Tom. Marky Dan.
All right, man. Peace, Thomas. Salute to you. Thank you for letting us up to chop it up and cook some boxing and whatever sports talk we had. Salute to Thomas Hill, D Free, BVO, everybody that came through. Yeah, man. Like I said during the stream, this past week, it's been real heavy with a lot of just bullshit from boxing, talking about Canelo not fighting the big fights, Ryan Garcia's antics, the sparring footage. A lot of that made boxing lose luster in my eyes a little bit. But this Raymond Ford Kamatov fight we had yesterday, it reminded me why I and all of us love this sport, man. But salute, Thomas. Thanks for letting us up, bro.
No doubt, man. I appreciate you coming on. And for a pop-up live, I think everybody did well. We just brought up random topics, recent topics, and we discussed it. So everybody do like my man Barry Horowitz does. Pat yourself on the back. So yeah, that's my man Barry Horowitz. Just pat yourself on the back, guys. Appreciate you guys. I'm gonna go over and head over and see my boy Drew and his show, and we'll catch the next one. Most likely we'll be here this Friday coming up with D Free and Sock and any other special guests that we may get. If not, we'll just cook on our own. So we'll see you on Friday. I'll try to come on maybe Tuesday, Wednesday, sometime like that. Probably do a baseball talk or something like that to get ready for the baseball season. I know people do fantasy baseball as well. So a couple other things. And if you guys got any ideas, shoot them at me. Put them in the community post or just shoot me ideas and we can talk about it. Everybody's welcome. This is a free-for-all here. You know what I'm saying? As long as we all respectful, which pretty much everybody is. So once again, thanks to everybody that came through. I will see you guys soon. Take care.